So we're back again, and look what we have here. These got dropped off by UPS yesterday. Mugen tail lights for this guy right here. So I'm gonna try to open this up with one hand, and we'll see how this goes. Try to do this as fast as possible because there's a Lakers game coming on in about an hour that I don't want to miss. So, quick unboxing. You've seen this before in other videos. Instructions in Japanese, which I usually use Google Translate to decipher. And then you've got the reflectors, the main tail lights, and then there's another one underneath, and some foam padding, which I'm not sure what it's used for. Probably for the wiring loom. There's some zip ties, and I think these are the dummy plugs for the reflectors that are non-functional. And let's see. Let's just take these out. This, the main body. I'm just gonna put this down real quick. All right, so this is what's underneath the top layer. Once you lift that out of the way, this is what's underneath. It's the other tail light and the other reflector, and that's pretty much all there is to it. So I'm going to take this stuff out, unbag everything, and we'll get started. All right, so we got side to side. Obviously, this is the Mugen one. These are the stock headlights. They come out pretty easy. There's just a screw here and a screw here, and then there's two plastic pins that go in here. So once you unscrew these two, you just kind of pull the headlights out this way, and they come right out. And then you unclip all of the harnesses. This one in particular is pretty hard to get out. It's on there pretty tight, so you got to press down on this tab, give it a little force, and then it'll come out. And then you have to undo this little clip that clips them into the headlights. And then once you undo all of that, the headlights should be free. So we're gonna put these on real quick, and I'll be right back. All right, so on this part of the install, this is the factory harness, and what you're supposed to do is just kind of push it in, and then this harness comes back, and you like push all of this stuff back into the hole here, and you basically just match all the connectors. I've seen on some videos where there's two gray ones and two black ones. But on my tail lights, for some reason, I don't know if this is a new version of the Mugen tail lights, but mine has 3 gray ones and 1 black one. But nonetheless, you just match up the connectors size by size. They could only go to one connector. There's no way to mix them up. But basically, you just shove all of this in here. And then there's another grommet that's on the Mugen side of the tail lights that goes in this hole and replaces the grommet that was there. And there's a switch here. If you have it on the O, that means they're sequential. And I verified that they are indeed working. And for some reason, if you read the instructions that come with it, they say that on the FK7 hatchback that the sequential function does not work, and it's only supposed to work on the Type R models. But as you can see, this is a FK7 2020 year model, so I don't know if there's something different, but it definitely works. All right, so we got one side completed. Fitment is okay, to be honest. There's this big gap right here. But on this side, gap's pretty good. So a little disappointment in the fitment there. And then I was also worried about this Mugen symbol here. I saw it online and I wasn't really sure if it was printed on top of the plastic or underneath. But it looks like it's underneath, so that's cool. So that, you know, if you're buffing the lenses, you won't buff the logo off. So that's pretty cool. All right, so I'm doing the other side now. And again, it's pretty easy. You just take off these two screws. You could either use a socket or a screwdriver, Phillips head. And then once you got those removed, there's two pins on this side that are holding it in, and you just kind of pull the tail lights out this way and they should come out. All right, so I got this side of the tail lights out. These are the factory ones, and these are the harnesses you gotta undo. There's 4 of them. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So undo those and then replace them with the Mugen ones. All right, I'm back. I got the other side installed. So now both sides are installed, and just one thing I want to point out real quick. I mentioned earlier about this gap here. See the gap up here? It's pretty big compared to the gap on this side. And on the passenger side, the fitment is perfect. And I checked and triple checked to make sure everything was snapped in together and everything was lined up, and it's all bolted up correctly. And the reason for this gap is because of this. So this is the plastic lens here. And if I zoom in, I don't know how good of a shot I can get of this, but there's a gap right here, which is a lot bigger than the gap on the passenger side. So you can see the gap is like perfect here. The fitment, the lens is perfect here, but on this side, the gap is a lot bigger. And I don't know if it's because the lens isn't snapped in properly. I tried pushing in on it, but it doesn't seem to budge. So I'm gonna have to contact King about this and see what they have to say. All right, so here's the tail lights installed. And as you can see, I left the factory reflectors on. These are the factory ones because I wanted them to be functional, and the Mugen ones are just reflectors. They're just lenses with no lights in them. So I really wanted that part to be functional, so I kept the factory ones in, and they match pretty good. I don't know if I'll keep it this way. I might change my mind later, but this is the way I'm keeping them for now. But other than that, I like them. They're pretty cool. I really didn't like the tail lights at first. When I first saw them, I was like, they're a bit too extreme, but they grew a lot on me. And the more I saw them, the more I had to have them, and now I got them. So just one of many things to come with this car, slowly but surely. Subscribe to my channel and stay updated, and I'll have more stuff for you guys later on. Peace.